Welcome. This is Veenu Sandhu for Business Standard, and I have with me Manisha Kapoor, who is the Secretary General of the Advertising Standards Council of India, or ASCI. Now, ASCI is a self-regulatory body which looks into issues concerning ads, whether there are misleading ads or if there are ads that are making some false claims. So all those complaints ASCI takes up, either complaints coming from consumers or also like suo motu action or on those advertisements in India. So welcome, Manisha. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Veenu. Lovely to be here.
So ASCI has just come out with data on the kind of complaints that you received for the last financial year 2020-21. So what is that? What are the kind of complaints that came in? What does the data show? And what were the sectors that were more problematic in terms of ads?
Yeah, so we received a total of 6,149 complaints last year. These were the number of complaints we processed, of which around 3,300 were received directly from consumers, and the others were those that we picked up ourselves through our monitoring systems. Now, of course, being a special year in that sense, given the COVID pandemic, the special circumstances. So we did receive a lot of complaints, as well as we picked up a lot of ads that were promising things related to COVID and promising benefits related to COVID, that were high on our radar, given that consumers were extremely vulnerable in the last year, specifically on the health front. So that was a big focus area for us. The other sectors, where we've processed a lot of complaints are education, food and beverages. We've looked at personal care. So these are the other sectors, where we've got. But I think, if you look at, the coverage of sectors, it's been across. But these are, in a sense, the more frequently complained sectors, is what I told you right now.
What about, advertisements? There were a lot of advertisements that made claims that, this will prevent you from COVID, or at least offer some kind of protection. We had ads that were in the wearables segment and in paints and various others. What about that?
Yeah, so, we looked at, almost 332 different ads, which were promising some kind of benefit related to COVID. Either, it boosts your immunity or it protects you from COVID, offering some kind of germ protection, and really across so many categories, so, not just food or not just, cleaners or sanitizers, but like you said, right from fans to ACs to apparel to mattresses to devices. We even had a mobile app, which kind of promised to kind of, give you immunity. So, really the kind of range of claims that we've seen in this year related to COVID has been quite diverse. Each of these ads that we either picked up or have been complained against were really put to a lot of scrutiny. We have a team of experts that looks at all technical data given by the advertiser to justify their claims. So we have a few microbiologists on our teams as well. And they were really kind of, deep into looking at all the lab test reports that were submitted by the advertiser. And where we found that, the evidence could not match the claim that was being made. We kind of, obviously made sure that we communicated to the advertiser that that's not okay. So, and like I said, out of the 332 ads that we examined, there were just 12 in which we found that, the claim was justified based on the evidence that was there. So most of the ads, which were making the claim did not have enough evidence. They had, in some cases, they had a little bit of evidence, but, the claims that they were making were way beyond what the evidence would have warranted.
So what happens? What kind of action do you take once you find an advertisement to be making false claims or is misleading or something? What kind of action do you take?
So usually we, obviously we write back to the advertiser asking them to either withdraw or modify the ad. In the case of COVID ads specifically, there was also a notification that had come out by the Ministry of Ayush on 1st April 2020. And we escalated around 237 ads to the Ministry of Ayush because they were related to Ayurvedic products making COVID claims, which were against the advisory issued by the Ayush Ministry. So in that case, like I said, we've highlighted those to the ministry for them to take further action where compliance has not been received by the advertiser. However, in most cases, in fact, last year we had over 97% compliance, which means that in 97% of the complaints and advertisements, we have managed to get the advertiser to either withdraw or modify the ad.
And what happens in case they do not withdraw or modify the ad?
So we work closely with government regulators. We escalate such non-compliances to them, and for the regulator to take further action. So we work closely with a few government ministries, and it's been ASCI's practice over the past few years to escalate cases of non-compliance to the sector regulator for further action.
ASCI has recently also come out with, guidelines for social media celebrities or influencers, where it's like mandatory for them to specify if content is paid for. What is the progress on that front?
So it's been about a month since these guidelines came out, and I think it's been a fabulous month of a lot of conversations, a lot of engagement on these guidelines. We've started seeing advertisers and talent representation agencies talk to their influencers, make sure that that they're instructing them to carry these disclaimers and these disclosure labels. We've also seen a lot of voluntary action taken by influencers themselves. Again, in most cases, I think as soon as we write to the advertiser where we see that there is a violation of the guidelines, in most cases, in fact, in the case of influencers, I must say that sometimes action is just taken in a couple of hours. So we've also started now our own monitoring of the space. So we are going to certainly step up the scrutiny that's happening. But I think it's been a good 1 month of settling in, of people getting familiar. We are starting to see the shift already. So I think it's a great start.
Thank you so much, Manisha, for sparing time and speaking with us. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com.